Guys, and welcome back to my kitchen. But in case this is the first time you're stopping by, my name is Gina and I am a wife and mother from the Midwest. I enjoy cooking meals for my family, and sometimes I make videos of my recipes and I share them here on YouTube. Today we are going to be making a super simple Mexican dinner that my husband loves, and it is called Milanesas de Pollo, or basically thin sliced fried chicken cutlets. You'll see how we serve it up. Oops, my timer's going off for my rice. You'll see how we serve it up towards the end. So I'm not laying out those ingredients as part of the recipe because you can serve these milanesas however you want. But we're going to eat them kind of like tacos-ish, or with tortillas, if you will. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our ingredients. So we are going to be making a recipe using 2 pounds of thin sliced chicken breasts. But if you can't find the thin sliced ones, you can use like 3 chicken breasts and then like butterfly them and pound them out. But I just find this to be way easier, way less messier, and it doesn't waste a plastic bag or plastic wrap to pound them out. So we've got those. You're going to need 2 eggs to go ahead and dredge your chicken breasts in. You're going to need a packet to a packet and a half of saltine crackers. I prefer the salted ones, but you can use whatever you like. And we are going to smush these into a fine powder and use them instead of breadcrumbs to bread our chicken cutlets. And to season it up, super duper simple, just some garlic powder, some granulated onion. I'm using Norsuiza or powdered chicken bouillon instead of salt, but you can totally use salt, and a little bit of black pepper. And then you're going to need an oil to fry in. I happen to have corn oil, but I would recommend you use corn or vegetable oil because olive oil is too heavy for frying and it'll make it have a very strong flavor. So let me go ahead and open up my chicken, trim off any undesirable pieces, and I will be back with the next step. All right, guys, change of plans. The chicken is still in the package. The first thing I actually did was in a bowl, I put our 2 eggs, and then I threw our seasonings in there because we're going to coat our chicken with this mixture first. So this will touch the chicken. So this negates the need for you to season the chicken directly. So we've got 2 eggs. This is 2 teaspoons of Norsuiza. If you're doing salt, I'd say probably about like 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt should be okay, but depending on what kind of salt you have, that might change. So you have to just use your best judgment there. This is a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, the 1/2 teaspoon of granulated onion, and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. So half, and 2 teaspoons of Norsuiza. I'm going to go ahead and scramble this up, and then I'll set that to the side. And then to conserve plastic bags, because I don't like to waste because they're kind of expensive, I've got my saltine crackers inside the Ziploc, and I'm going to use not either one of the pointy sides, but I'm going to use the flat side, and I'm going to crush this into a fine powder similar to breadcrumbs. So you don't want large chunks like this. You want it to be fine powder, which I don't have any yet, but I really don't want to be banging on this bag in front of the camera for you guys because I'm sure that's probably really loud in the speakers. So let me whisk up our eggs and then go ahead and finish crushing these crackers. Okay, guys, so here we are yet again. I am back. I went ahead and I crunched up all of our saltine crackers. This is just 1 package, and we'll see if this is enough. If it's not, I'll have to crunch some more up, but usually this is fine. So as you can see, let's see if we can zoom in on here. It's pretty fine. Like, there are some little chunks here and there, but that's totally okay. But we have it about as fine as I can get smashing it with a meat mallet on the flat side. And I don't think I mentioned it before. The reason I smash it on the flat side is because the pointy side would make holes in the bags. And if I made holes in the bag, I wouldn't be able to reuse it for the egg and chicken mixture. So our scrambled egg mixture with our seasonings is here in the same bag after I emptied out our breadcrumbs or saltine crumbs. And now I'm going to drop these chicken breasts in there one by one, and I'm going to make sure everybody's all happy swimming around in that egg party and nicely coated. And I, as you can see, have one of these that I rinsed off and cleaned. It's just the bottom of the chicken package. And I'm saving this because we are not going to eat all of these today, but we can freeze the extra ones pre-cooked, raw. And you'll see how I layer them up on here. And they're so easy to just pull out of the fridge, frozen, the freezer, and fry them right up in a pan whenever you're in a pinch. So let me get our chicken coated, and then I'm going to dredge these one by one. And I'll just show you what they look like after they're all dredged, because I mean, it's essentially just dipping the pieces of chicken that come out of there in here, and then we'll start frying them. Okay, so here are our Milanesas. I have 2 piles of them. I'm going to fry off some from this pile because they're just bigger and Daniel's probably going to be really hungry. So anyways, I have them separated in layers of 2. Nobody's touching or overlapping. And they're separated with parchment paper. And I've got like 3 layers here and 2 layers here. So 2, 4, 6. Got like 10 chicken breasts done out of this. And it was the perfect amount of saltine cracker dust. So that worked out great. I've got about half a cup of oil in my nonstick skillet here, and I am waiting for Daniel to get home before I fry these up because they are definitely best hot. So I'm going to go ahead and pick out like 4 or 5 of them, set them to the side, wait for him to get home, and fry them up, and I'll be back with the next step. And I guess this is a good time to mention, I always forget to mention, if you don't mind giving this video a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And if you're liking my content, please subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks, guys. Be back in a few. Okie dokie, so I've got my oil over medium heat. I've had it heating for about 1 or 2 minutes, and it's just when the oil starts to shimmer on its own. I don't know if you can tell by the reflection of the light, but this is getting nice and hot. When the oil starts to kind of dance and shimmer on the surface without you moving or touching it, that's how you know it's nice and hot. We're going to go ahead and add our milanesas into the pot, or into the pan, whatever you want to call it. Let's see here. I think I'll be able to do the girls and mine all at once because the girls are teeny tiny ones. And save the rest for when Daniel gets home. So we're going to fry these for probably about, I would say 2 to 3 minutes per side, or until they're the level of golden brown that you like. My husband likes them kind of crispy, but just make sure that they're cooked inside. These are very thin. They are going to cook very fast. Just make sure your oil is hot enough. So I'll be back when to show you what these look like when I flip them over in just a moment. I have flipped them over. As you can see, this chicken breast is so thin, it's kind of bubbling up. So there's like some little spots here that are not as crispy. What you're really looking for is a nice golden brown like this. The girls in my pieces are extra thin, so I don't want them to get overcooked. So this is about all I'm going to do on here. You can flip them as many times as you want. We are going to drain them on paper towels, so don't worry about that. Like if you flip it too early, you can absolutely flip it back over and brown it a little bit more. But as you can see, Daniel's pieces are a little bit thicker, so I'll be able to let his get nice and crispy. So I'm preparing our plates and what we serve it with. I'll be back to show you the final product. In the meantime, we're waiting for Daddy to get home, and Olivia, she loves to make her own tacos. What are you putting on your tacos, Olivia?
Salad.
Salad? Yeah. What else?
Chicken, rice, this, lime, and cutout, and tomato.
Wow, you're such a...
I don't want to put the tomato away to chicken, so I'm gonna...
You had to try the chicken.
No.
For my video, it's so crunchy. Can you try a bite? It's just plain chicken, like chicken fries. Just pick one piece and bite it.
Mommy, why?
Here, those two are stuck together, you crazy girl. Just take one, then take a little nibble.
Mommy, I want ketchup.
Okay, I'll give you ketchup then. Hang on. Fifi, let me see you try it. You love it?
Me too. I just want...
I'm so happy that you love it. We're trying new things in our house, guys. We're trying to get the girls to eat. Ooh, I just got ketchup on my face. A little bit healthier than they were before, right, girls?
Yeah.
All right, Olivia, try the chicky. That's avocado. We know you like that, girlfriend. All right. Well, maybe we're not going to get Olivia on camera because I know you guys are waiting to see the real plate of food. I am waiting for Daniel, so I will just go over what we serve it with. So I've got tortillas here. This is just white rice that I cook with Nor Suiza and a little bit of veggies. And then my friend Mona, one of my best friends, told me this, which is so simple and I never thought of it, but you just chop up a bunch of cilantro with lime juice. Yeah, you can have more avocado. Anyways, you chop up the cilantro and the lime, you put a little bit of salt, and then you drizzle it over your rice to make cilantro lime rice. And I do like it better than cooking the rice with the cilantro and the lime together because it's much fresher tasting. So that's that tidbit. So we've got our milanesas. I have large pieces of lettuce that I cut to fit a tortilla so they're not cut up like salad. I've got avocado, tomato I ran out of. So Daniel's plate looks cute, but I only get one piece. And then lastly, I've got some chiles and vinagre here. These are just the zanahorias or carrots, the pickled sliced carrots that are spicy. And then I've got my homemade salsa here. And basically we are going to form this into tacos. I'm going to go ahead and cut up my chicken and we're going to eat it. And maybe we'll get Olivia to show us how she eats her taco. You like that chicken? Okay, guys, Olivia doesn't eat like anything. This is definitely a winner, right? All right. All right, guys, much later, my poor husband has gotten home. It was like pouring snow today in Chicago, and he works super far away out west. So he's finally here. I fried him up some fresh Milanesa. I took a good picture. I didn't get to this before he cut it, but I do have a picture in the beginning, which you hopefully saw.
So good.
Show us how you make it, Daniel.
With chicken, lettuce, tomato,
Avocado,
aguacate, tomate,
salsa,
salsa.
and lime. So we basically just serve it up like a little taco and then give us a taste test and let us know how this Milanesa de Pollo is.
So good for sure.
Yeah.
And more salsa, but
You know that salsa has 5 jalapenos in that small jar and it's not spicy for some reason?
it's really good.
I roasted everything how you like it.
Mm.
All right, guys. The girls have already left the table. A big, huge mess. We've got Emma and Ethan here.
So good.
I'm going to go ahead and sign off. They're not going to be able to say goodnight because they've already left the table because it's 7:46 p.m.
Alright.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like and try this recipe. Super easy for milanesas de pollo. Oh, I should mention to you. You like it? This is cilantro lime stuff if you want to put it on your rice. The chicken, the rest of them are in the freezer. I have them inside of a Ziploc bag on that tray that I showed you guys. I will keep them in there for like probably 2 months max just because they're so thin, like, and they're not sealed. I don't want them to get like freezer flavor inside of them because the chicken breasts are so thin. But if you want to, you know, in the future, if you do end up making this size of a recipe and you don't use them all, I don't know why I'm talking to you just looking at my kitchen, but I don't look good today, so I'm not going to flip the camera. Anyways, you can just pull them out of the freezer frozen, heat up your oil the same way, and fry them off, and you've got a quick and easy dinner. So please, please, please give this video a big thumbs up, and consider subscribing to my channel. I would sincerely appreciate it, guys.